Good morning, everybody. Today is July 20th, Monday, July 20th, and this is QOL pre-market analysis for today. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like the video for me, I appreciate it. Getting right into it right now, let's just look at our economic data here for today. Nothing on the board here for today. And we have a yellow folder here, lending index month over month at 9 a.m. I'm not sure if that's going to really do anything. I don't see too much tomorrow. Wednesday, crude oil inventories. You also have Tesla earnings on Wednesday, so be prepared for that. We'll cover that later on in this video. Thursday, unemployment claims before the market opens at 7:30. Natural gas storage and some treasury currency report on Thursday. Friday, we don't. I don't see much anything. You got flash PMI manufacturing at 8:45. New home sales at 9 a.m. on Friday. So light week on the economic side, and except for the earnings for Tesla, that is. Down in the description here, you can come and join our. Come to our webpage here and put your name, your email address in here, and so you can get our weekly newsletter that we put out on Sundays. We put out the 18th edition yesterday, so come and join that. And then if you want to join our Discord community, you can hit either the live trading desk or this Discord icon here, which will bring you to our sign-in page, and then you can join Discord for free. And if you want to do any upgrade, you can come into our live trading room from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time every day, Monday through Friday. We also have our QOL ORB Scalper tool that we've just put out on the market right now. So it's actually working wonderfully, actually. So this is a trading view, and you'll get access to that. And you can come on in the trading room, and you can see how this is working. So we have this up on the screen every day during the trading hours. It plots out your ranges for you automatically. You can see right here, upper left-hand corner here is a 1 minute, there's a 2 minute here, there's a 5 minute. So you could put this on any chart, any equity, any crypto, any foreign currency, a 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute chart, up to a 15-minute chart. And this will plot it all out for you. And it's just pretty much, it's a scalping tool. For educational purposes, you have to make your own decision as far as trading. However, it does take a lot of discretionary out of the equation here. So you can see right here, this in the lower one, I've got this is my 5 minute down here, and this plots out your high of the range. It plots out your low of the range. It gives you your midline of the range, and then it gives you the total dollars of the range, and then it rates it, the range quality, and then it gives you a long quality rating, A, B, C, or D. Gives you a short rating quality, and then it gives you the trend bias, and then it tells you right here state if you potentially being an active trader or not. It tells you if your session's on or out of session right now. And so come on into the trading room. You can get more information about that, and if you want to DM me, you can DM me also by going in the Discord channel. So let's get right into let's get right into our broader markets here. Let's start with the VIX. The VIX was elevated a little bit coming down this morning. So you got a little bit of a gap up from last Thursday here. Probably got to fill, but we are above the, let me make this bigger for everybody here. So we are above the 20-day and the 50-day moving average. 50 is sitting at $17.28. As long as you are above these moving averages, we could potentially have a little more volatility in the marketplace right now. We are in between the 200 though. The 200-day moving average is at $18.71. So you watch those levels right here. You'd like to see us drop below this 20-day moving average at $16.98, and then we can pull back down here to that $15 level. You can see it's we're below the 100-day and the 200-day moving average, which is good. So you want to stay below that and maybe work our way down so the markets can get some balance here. We did have some escalation over the weekend. So oil spiked, and then it pulled back a little bit, but we are still below this $84.34 a barrel, and below the 50-day moving average at $84.97. Call it $85. I'd like to see us pull back down here to this 73.80, which is a 20-day moving average, and the 74.63, which is a 200-day moving average price for oil. So right now we are still well below the highs when this escalation started in Iran, but not surprised that it's elevated a little bit right now. So let's get into the ES right now. The ES is hovering right at the 20 and the 50-day moving average right now. You can see it's kind of rejecting it a little bit right now in pre-market here. If we do get a break, a pop and hold above that, you could retrace everything that happened here on Thursday's pre-market and then push into that 75, 25 level before you get a little resistance up there. If we do not regain these moving averages right now, we're going to get some more downside. You could see we did hold this July 2nd low at 74.80. If it does flush out and we lose that 74.80, our next line of defense that we have is 74.2744. But we do have this gap down here from July 10th, so that'd be interesting if the market pushes up there. I would not be surprised to get a little headwind up there to get a little resistance up there. You also have this open point of control here from the Thursday at 76.0279. So I would not mind us to push back into that and kind of close out that point of control. All these point of controls have been closing out fairly quickly, like within a day or two, right? So you can see these levels here. These are automatically plotted here. It's our point of controls right here. So this will be a pretty decent break and retest. The market pops up here, maybe fade back down after that. So got to hold this 74.80 level. If not, 74.27 is coming into play there. Let's get over to SPY right now. SPY here. Same thing on the SPY. We are above the 20-day, though, on the SPY, which is good, 745.02. We also are above this low from July 7th at 745.21. Got to hold that level right there. If we get a little pop, maybe get a little pop into the 750.44 level before you get a little resistance up there. And then if you do pop through that, we've got this gap down here from July 10th at 754.91. It's a tiny gap down, but nonetheless, it's still a little bit of a gap down. On the downside here, if we do lose this 20-day, we can come back down here and test this 743.46. It's May 15th high. If you lose that one, you got the 740 and 740 and change level, but a decent level if we did pull back to this flush down here to the 736.53. It's June 26th high. Below that, if you lose that, you come down to May 12th low, 731.75. So we'll see what happens right now. You could see right now, even though the market's giving your animation candles looking like it's pushing higher right now, you got to look down here, right? Not a lot of volume happening right here. So this will probably be a big level here. The high from Friday, that'll probably be our line in the sand for today. I'll mark that, 747.29. You can see how it's rejecting that right now. So I'm going to actually mark that for everybody. That is, okay. That's the high from Friday. We will have that on the charts, and we'll see how that responds today before we make any adjustments tomorrow. Nasdaq, let's get over the Nasdaq right now. It has been sloppy right now. You can see we're well below the 20-day moving average, sitting at 29,716, and the 50-day moving average at 29,855. So as long as we're below that, you're looking for pop and fades, right? So pop and fades, meaning that if the market pushes back up into a previous low, could use that as a level there, that 29,180, 150 as a level, for some resistance up there. And then if you get above that, you got another level up there, 29,39.27. We do have this open point of control from Thursday, 29,432.52. I don't mind that. I would, if you want to just be a patient trader and wait till the market puts up to there. If you're looking for a pop and fade, not a bad level right there, right? Downside right here, got to hold this 28,912.75. Got to hold that level right there. If you lose that level, then you flush out the Friday's close down here, sitting at, call it 28,770. And below that, you have June's low. We talked about this for the last couple of weeks. Got to hold June's low. It did dip below that in the first 15 minutes on Friday, and then it held that low. So good level right there. That we supported, that 28,512. That is June's low, but we have all these headwinds up here, people. So just watch this, and you can just see just nastiness on the downside here. And I think though a lot of it has to do with, I've been reading over the weekend, the margin calls that were happening in Korea. But that being said, there is elevated margin There is elevated margin in the US as well. I think it's above 54%. And I think they've done some numbers. Whenever it's over 50%, you get some consolidation period. And I think that's starting a little bit right now. Do I think that the bull market structure is broken right now? No, I don't. I think it's healthy to have this flush. But in order to be confident with the markets to continue to push higher, you're going to have to regain these moving averages, the 20 and the 50. As I said, the 20 is sitting at 29,716.85. And the 50 is sitting at 29,855.51. So you're going to have to get above those levels right there. So, but not a bad hold here on Friday, this June low, 28,512. The Qs now. Let's get into the Qs. Q is going to be very similar, right? Here's our 20 at 718.35, and it's right on the 50. We're going to call them both the 20 and the 50 sitting at 718.35. It did hold June's low, same thing, actually to the T. Look at that, nice. I have not done anything with these charts, people. So I tell you all the time, take a picture of this, put it on your charts, and then we adjust them as the market moves, and we see how it responds when it hits these certain levels. I don't mind if the market pops up into the 707.56. Not a bad little break and retest of that to maybe a pop and fade here. You know, and like I said, I said this on Friday. I'll say it again. When we are below these moving averages, you can look for a flush to get long, but your thesis coming in should be looking for pop and fades, right? So the market pushes up into a previous low, and then you bounce off of that. Now, it doesn't mean you stay in these trades forever. You have to see how the price action works for you. I actually like this level here, the 707.56. You could see these lows right here, and on how it's responding there. You know, follow it all the way back and see what the market did. So these are pretty decent levels right here. So if you did pop in that 707.56, may not be a bad level to look for that pop and fade. Even better one above that would probably be 711.10. But you also have to be prepared here that this stuff, if you can regain some of these levels, you can really accelerate here and catch all these shorts, a short little squeeze back up into these upper levels here. So again, take a picture, put these levels on your charts, and we'll adjust them as the market turns for us. Okay, let's get into the Mag 7. If you're new to the channel, again, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button like this video for me. I appreciate it. And if there's things that you want me to cover and I don't cover in this video, drop me a note. I'll be glad to take a look at them, as long as it's not a penny stock. I don't do any penny stocks. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA right now, as long as NVIDIA holds this 204.13, I don't mind this level right now. You could push back into this low of 208.76. You probably get a little resistance up there at that level. If you lose 204.13, you have this upper regressional trend line that I have here. It's a very short time span that I have on here. It's only from May 15th of this year, but you can see it is responding nicely right now. So you could use this as a level of support if the market continues to push higher for today, maybe a little pullback long in there. However, let's take a look and see where we're at on our moving averages. So we are above the 20. The 20 is holding nicely, and we are kind of caught in between the 20-day moving average at 202.13 and the 50-day moving average at 209.91. So watch those levels right up in there. You could get some, you could definitely get some resistance up here at this 208.76 level. If you lose the 20-day moving average, then you're going to probably flush back down here to the 100-day at 198.67. You see, it did support that 100-day moving average, like a rock star. So that was actually pretty good, though. But if you lose the 100-day, you're going to come down here to this midline regressional trend line at 193.53, sitting just above the 200-day moving average at 192.41. So hopefully the market doesn't flush out there, but you never know what's going to happen these days. You got to pay attention to and keep your ear to the pavement here with everything that's happening overseas. So Apple, this 334.98 was 127% extension Fibonacci level that I drew before we had the all-time high. So now the all-time highs was in post-market on Thursday at 339.26. That'll be a pretty decent level. I like a pullback long on this previous all-time high at 323.45 if you do flush that there. But if you lose that level, we have the 317.40 level. That would give you some support as well. Below that 317.40, I don't have anything until 305 on Apple. On the upside for Apple, we have this 334.98. You have to get through that in order to push back towards these all-time highs at 339.26. And then I don't have anything above Apple at this point until you get up to like 360.27, because it's uncharted territories up there, and so it's pretty much a guessing game And, when you get to, above certain levels that have not been charted yet, right? So, but Apple's definitely strong, one of the stronger ones that's out there right now. So you can see right here, there's a big speed zone down here. If you lose 320, 345, you definitely come down to 317.40 for sure, right? Not for sure, right? Nothing is for sure, but I like to be confident with my levels here. So let's get over to Meta, and we will try to cruise through these right now. Meta's got to hold this 638.60 level. Not a bad regressional trend line I have here from October 29th of last year. Meta is definitely flushing a little bit. So I would say for today, you're going to have to, your line in the sand will probably be Friday's high, sitting at 651.91. As long as you're below that, as long as you're below that level, I would probably be looking for more of a flush. Let's take a look and see what our moving averages are doing. So same thing with Meta right now. So like I talked about, we're above all these moving averages. So on Meta, you're looking for pullback longs, right? Not pop and fades. But you have to pay attention to what's happening in the overall market. So we are above this 640.51. It's a 200-day moving average. We're above the 100-day at 616.65 and well above the 20 and the 50 that are sitting down here in the $605 level. So a little push up in here. Maybe you get a little resistance up here at 677.86. Above that, you have this lower end regressional trend line here. It's a very strong one. It's from November 15th of 2022. So if you do pop up in here, this would be probably an area that if I was long, I'd be looking to scrape off some longs here at 698.76 if the market pushes that way. All right, let's get into Google now. So Google, big flush on Google, right? I mean, speed zones I talk about all the time, big rally, speed zone on the way down. So they also created a speed zone now on the upside. If we can regain this 356.61, you could possibly push into 363.09. If you regain that, then you're going to regain this whole flush here up to 373.60. Downside for today, got to hold 344.12. Could be a nice break and retest on that level. That was a high from June 26th. Let's take a look at our. So same thing here. We're kind of caught in between the 100-day moving average at 342.47 and 353.98 on the upside is a 20-day moving average. So if you pop up into this level here, 352.83 to 353.98, probably get a little headwind there, a little resistance on there. So, but we did hold 100. It was pretty good hold. Also, this regressional trend line here, a short one that I have from May 18th of this year. So it did hold that level, but you see this upper regressional trend line sitting here at 355.86. Could be a level there that you could be trading in this channel here. So watch that level. If you do end up losing the 100-day at 342.47, I think you're going to flush down to 330.47. Okay, let's move on. Let's get over to where are we at? Amazon. Amazon's hanging on, but a little flush like everything else. I think it did the same thing that Google did, right? Big pop, big speed zone there, and the same thing is going to happen on the upside right now. So watch your levels. Your 349.65 level today. If you can get above that, I think you can push into 252.53. 249.65 would be a level right now that you're going to want to get above. If you lose 245.73, we have this low 242.70. We did not touch. It was July 7th low. We did not touch that on Friday. So let's take a look and see where our moving averages are. Right, so we are above the 100, above the 20-day moving average. The 20 is sitting at 242.06, and the 50 is sitting just above us at 252.13. So if the market does push here, could be a level you may want to take some longs off the table at that point right now. So could be chopping around, could be staying in a consolidation period right now, but this is a nice little speed zone that we had back here. So if you do push back and you can regain this 253.42 level, then I think you can push into the 255 to 257 level up there on the top side. On the downside, if you lose the 100, pull back down here to the 200-day moving average of 234.06. Okay, where are we at? We are at Microsoft and SpaceX and then Tesla. Here we go. Microsoft getting some flush right now. Microsoft got to hold this level right here. It's a July 1st high. Call it 288.95. Must hold that level. If you lose 288.95, I've got 388.95. If you lose that level, you flush back down here to this June 12th low at 381.90 level. And it's also sitting just above this regressional trend line that I have here from July of last year. So this is a pretty decent level too. If you flush back down here 380, I don't mind that for possibly taking some longs. On the upside, I'm not looking long on, I wouldn't look long on Microsoft today unless you can regain this 393.76 level. If you can regain that, then you probably push back into this 400 level where you probably get some headwind there. It's a May 1st low. So it's a low of May, so that's a pretty decent break and retest. You can see this level right here. It was trying to hold it on the post on Thursday. It lost it, and now, so if you pop in here, could be a nice little break and retest back in that level. As we flush through this 383.93, though, you have to be careful. Watch the low here from, I think it was last Wednesday. 386.40. If you lose that, 381.91 and 381.90 is there, and then below that we have 374.39. It's June 30th high. Okay, let's get over to SpaceX now. SpaceX, we lost these major lows here. Lost the 130 low, and we are down here, and same thing on the upside for uncharted territories. We are kind of in uncharted territories here on the downside. You could use the low from Friday as one of your levels here. If you lose that, the only thing I have below this 122 is this 109.39 level. It's a 127% Fibonacci extension on the downside, right? So maybe a little break and retest, pop and fades into this 130. Maybe get some resistance and pull back down on the downside here. So watch those levels. SpaceX is not tradable for me at this point yet. Hopefully it will be in the future, but it is not there for me right now. Let's get into Tesla. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. Tesla right now, we've got this midline regressional trend line here that I have charted from the all-time highs from December of last year. 187.29 would be a level that I would look for if the market pops into there, that you get a little resistance on that level right there. So same thing, we're below the 100-day moving average, sitting at 396.46, and the 20-day moving average at 397.85. So pop and fades, I'd be looking for those levels right there. If the market pops up into that 390, actually this 390 level looks like a really good level. If the market popped up into there to possibly take a short off of that, or maybe even sooner if you want to be aggressive, 388.75. So we'll see what the market's going to give us today. It's looking like it wants to bounce back a little bit. You could use the low here from Thursday as a level. So this could be your line in the sand from Thursday. This 385.32 level. I also have this level down here, this 380.80 level. So this is a this is a 5-minute mid range from the open on Friday. So I'm starting to plot some of those levels here and use those levels and see how they respond. I'm not necessarily trading off them yet. I'm just putting them on the screen here. So 380.80, if the market pulls back here, you can see how price action responds there. Maybe you get a little pop. So you can see on Friday, though, we did close this gap up from 377.86 from June 29th, kind of closed it like a rock star on the open. So if you're aggressive on Friday, took some longs off of there. But you can see that, these levels right here, it gave you some rejection right here, right? So it rejected Thursday's low. So that was a perfect example of a break and retest. Right here was the low. We broke the low. We came back up here and we tested it. We tested it several times. So that's going to be a pretty decent level here today. So I would say if you can regain this 385.31 and you want to be, a little aggressive, you could, take some pops up, take some longs up into these areas here. But there's a lot of obstacles up here before Tesla can really get going again. I think the main thing for Tesla to get going again, you're really going to have to regain the 20-day. It's sitting at 397.85. And to really be confident, you have this point of control that's still open above us at 408.85. That's the closest point of control that we have open. We do have several that are much higher than that are open, 455.18. And then the last one is sitting at 478.39. And then on the downside, as I've pointed out for a long time now, we still have this open point of control at 333.97. So that is still open for me on the downside there. So, I know it looks a little noisy for you, but this is my trade chart for Tesla. And so like when I'm scalping, and I could see I'm using these levels to identify if I'm going to go take a long or a short by buying calls or puts. If I'm buying calls, I'm going long. If I'm buying puts, it's going short. So as far as what we're going to do for today, I am going to start out with today's expiration date just for the morning part at 385 calls. So what I'm going to have on the screen right now, and I'm going to have the 380 puts on my screen here. So you'll see here, and they expire today. So I'll start with the first half hour, and then I'll see how these premiums move. You know, they're going to be pretty volatile because they're expiring today. So you'll get some pretty big moves on the open, and then you know, smaller lot size just to, you know, see how it works. And then on the after about maybe 9:30. Maybe about 9:30, I'll switch to Wednesday's expiration time so I can get a little more theta, more time on the premiums, so then they won't be as volatile. So we will start with the 380 calls. You could see the 380 puts. The 380 puts, they close at $4, the premium price. However, we are $4 higher than where we closed on Friday. So this premium price will open up lower, and then this premium price here on the call side at the 385, because we are $4 higher, this will open up higher too. So these 385 calls may open up in the, I would say, mid to low threes, $3 premium, and these will probably open up same, probably in the low threes, maybe even the high twos. And so what does that mean? So if you buy a one lot here, let's say it closed here, this is your premium price of $2.73. If I buy a one lot, my risk is $273, and that's it. They do expire today, so they could expire worthless. But in all the years that I've been trading options, I have never, not one time, had bought a premium on an option and let it expire worthless, right? So all this identifies is what is my cost to get into this trade. If I think the market is going up and I buy a one lot, it's going to cost me $273 to buy this premium at this price for a one lot. And then as the market moves higher, this premium price will move higher. And how do you identify how it's going to move? Well, I typically trade, you look at the delta on the option price, and I'll typically trade a 45 cent delta. Call it 50 cents for easy math, meaning for every dollar that the equity price moves up, this premium price will move up and down 50 cents. So if this, even though I'm buying a call, if the price moves down $1, this premium price will drop 50 cents, right? Same thing on the puts though. If I buy a put right here and the market goes down, this will go up 50 cents, right? And if the market goes up, this premium price on the put side will go down. And that's pretty basic stuff here. So anyways, that's going to be it for this morning. So again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If there's other things you want me to cover, please don't hesitate. Leave a comment down below. And then also in the description down below, come and join our Discord community. It is free. And then if you want to upgrade, there are some upgrade things for you to upgrade to our live trading room from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then also our QOL ORB Scalper and analysis tool that is available for you both individually and as a bundle package if you want to have the trade room with the scalper as well. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a great day. Remember, Tesla earnings on Wednesday, so Tesla will probably be a little flying around, right? So be careful today. All right, everybody, have a great day, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.